This is my version of the G&H Sedge. It has been my top stillwater dry fly for the past 20 years and I can recommend it for any lake or loch. The best size is tied on a size 12 hook. The body colour can be varied, but orange is always my first choice. After laying down a firm bed of thread on the hook, catch in a length of orange floss under the hook shank. Tie in and remove the waste. Don't worry about it being too untidy, it will all be covered up later on. Tie in a bunch of deer hair. This is roe deer on top of the hook shank with a pinch and loop action. Try to avoid the deer hair spinning around the shank. We are not trying to tie a muddler minnow. Continue tying in bunches of deer hair on top of the hook shank. Aim for about 4 or 5 bunches to give a suitable wing. Secure each bunch with several tight thread wraps, one on top of the other. Leave a couple of millimeters of space behind the hook eye for the head and hackle and tie off the thread with a whip finish or a couple of half hitches. Cut off the thread and start trimming. Hold the floss out of the way and begin trimming the underside of the hook shank. The main cut is from the front on top at an angle to produce the characteristic wedge shape of the sedge wing. Then trim the sides and the rear end and give it a tidy up. Be careful not to cut the floss like I did. After trimming, return the hook to the vise and reattach the thread. Trim or break off the waste thread and tie in the floss under the hook shank. A rotary vise makes this easier. Tie in the floss as tight as you dare without snapping the thread. For extra security, fold the floss back and add extra thread wraps. Catch in a red game hackle and wind on several turns towards the eye. A rotary vise helps in winding the hackle, and if the hackle is long enough, use your fingers instead of hackle pliers. Tie down the hackle tip and snap or cut off the excess. Build up a small head and whip finish. The use of this short length of silicone tubing will help keep the hackle out of the way while finishing. It is just tight enough to grip the bobbin holder tube where it is kept until needed. Add a small drop of clear varnish to the head and tidy up the fly. When the floss is pulled under the hook shank, a few stray deer hair fibres are produced, so these can be trimmed off. Treat with your favourite floatant, cast out and hold on tight. The fish love them.